We just get a message from.
Who do I get a message from? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Welcome back to the Pantless podcast. Here's your host, Austin and Travis. Take it away, guys. Hey,
Oh my goodness.
what
Is
is
it
up?
is there a better feeling than when you get home on a Friday night and your pants come off immediately and then you're just like, I'm done. I'm not putting on
Done.
pants for 2 days.
Oh,
Like, is
none better.
there a better feeling? There's not really. I don't
There's
think.
none.
No.
Because you know what's the first thing I do when I get home every day from work?
Take your
I
pants
take my pants off.
Yeah.
Even if I have stuff to do outside, I'm taking my pants off first. Even if I have to put them right back on. There's
Yeah,
no better feeling than that belt coming loose.
right there with you, bro. Right there with you.
And if you don't wear a belt every day to work like I do, start wearing one so that you can get that sweet release and relief from that belt coming loose.
Yeah, one of these days I'm just gonna start like de-pantsing on my way into the house. That way, like I'm already pantless as I'm walking into the house.
What you do is you have them halfway down in the car, coming down the road.
Oh gosh, Big Rig looks like, oh, what's he doing over there?
Well, unless you're a commando, you should still be wearing your undies because we're talking about pants here.
Right,
We're
right.
not Donald Ducking this here, all right?
No, I seriously hope by now everybody has hit that like subscribe button or follow button, or if you're listening to us,
Rated us
or
on all your favorite
platforms.
audio things. I don't do audio. I do
And
audio
video.
podcasts. I lie.
Yeah.
I do. I don't think you can, because I follow a couple Spotify podcasts, and I don't know if I think you can just tell it, hey, I want to follow this group, but I don't think but you can't look at how many followers they have.
Mm.
I don't know what kind of matrix Spotify has for tracking followers.
Yeah, who knows? It doesn't matter. But we are here. We're here for you.
No, you
And you.
and
And
you
you.
and you.
And you. Don't tell your wife. You know who you are.
She's watching us too.
Yeah. Don't tell your husband. Don't tell each other.
Yeah.
We are your little secrets. Moving on. How do we want to start this thing, man? How
Man, so much to talk about.
so much.
So
Like,
much to unpack. Let's get this
like,
off.
do we want to talk
You know what?
media? Do we want to talk sports? Do we want to talk? I mean, there's a little
Pokemans.
bit.
Let's start with
Video
Pokemans.
games?
Let's start
Let's jump into the video games. Okay.
because this is what I'm This is what I want to know because we have something very important to talk about. Hold on. Let me. So, for all of you who don't know, and you audio people, for all you don't know, a big what they call second trailer popped for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Gotta get used to saying that, by the way.
Right.
Not used to. I gotta get used to those names.
Hold on. Before we jump into like this stuff that people really want to know about, you have some lackluster news from Arceus. Like, I was the downer, the Debbie Downer for what happens at level 10. You've got some Debbie Downer news from that game as well.
Very
So why don't you
disappointing.
let's hit us with some disappointing news before we jump into this.
I pulled a level 1 Rowlet out of home that I had hatched from an egg in Sword and Shield. And as, if you don't know, spoiler, Decidueye and Arceus has a different final evolution. It's still called Decidueye, but I think it's Grass and Fighting, which is stupid. I don't like it. I think it looks dumb. Don't like it. So we were wanting to run a test to see if a non-Arceus Rowlet, what it would evolve into, and it took about 20 minutes to take a level 1. No, it evolves into the new form.
The grass fighting.
It don't matter what you do.
Not get the grass goes.
Correct. I don't think they programmed the original forms of those 3 starters into this game.
That is so dumb, because you have Pokemon from the Alola region.
Yeah,
It is so dumb that they don't have, even though they have Alolan Pokemon, they don't have the Alolan versions of some of the Pokemon. I don't know. Whatever.
Well,
but, yeah, back to Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, I was trying to find the news.
The new trailer dropped.
Oh man, I'm
Trailer
excited.
number 2. The graphics are fantastic. I like the art style. It's looking more like anime-ish, like more grown up.
LeChonk. LeChonk. Oh, he's about to be one of my new profile pics for everything I do. Like, he is the new fan favorite.
That was funny. My wife saw that and she was like, "What is that?" Whatever it was. She didn't even call it like. She didn't even say it was a pig. She said it was like something else. I don't remember what she called it. But it was funny.
I can't find the news anymore off of stupid websites not giving me the information I want. I found it the other day, and now I can't find it anymore. There it goes. Maybe that's what I was looking for. So yeah, I'm torn. Let's before we really get into it, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet arriving November 18th, 2022.
Coming up, man. Coming up.
I am okay. So I'm excited for these games because the way they kind of explained it in this trailer is that the game is going to be a truly open world game. You can do what you want, go where you want, whenever you want. It's almost be like a Skyrim style Pokemon where you'll probably go through like a way too long tutorial like Sword and Shield. You'll get your starter and then it'll be like, figure it out, stupid. And you'll just get kicked out into the world. And I guess you can do the gyms in whatever order you want. You can go, I guess you can go, I don't know if Victory Road's going to be blocked until you get all 8. I suppose it would be.
Typically, I mean, that wouldn't be too out of the question because you're not really allowed on Victory Road.
If there even is a Victory,
that's true.
Have they even? I don't even know if they've mentioned gyms at all. No. So we may not even get gyms. I don't know. I hate all 3 starters. Gosh, I don't like them. I don't like them.
They are all lame.
Just.
And I don't know how you feel about the legendaries. I think they look kind of lame too.
I love the legendaries.
Do you? You like them?
Oh, I like them. Not as much as what I thought. The more I look at them, the more I go, But I'm not a big legendary person anyway.
Right.
If you compare them to the Sword and Shield legendaries, I thought the Sword and Shield legendaries were lame. They were 2 dogs, one with a sword in its mouth and the other with a shield around its neck. I thought that was lame. I was a small crowd there. A lot of people love the doggos. I didn't
mind them.
These 2 I think are lizards.
They look like lizards.
I'm
trying to look at them now to see if I can say exactly what kind of lizard, but yeah.
Let me pull up the the starters is Spirigatatato.
I haven't seen the names of the starters.
Sprigato, which is a grass cat. Fuecoco, which is, I guess, a fire dinosaur, but I think they call it a crocodile. It looks like a tiny T-Rex. And then Quaxley, which is a stupid water duck.
Yeah. I'm going with the dumb grass cat.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
So
it's they're all dumb, but it probably is, in my opinion, the least dumb. And I'm a grass starter kind of guy anyway. I like to start my mainline games with grass type.
I don't. Because grass tends to be the easiest playthrough. Because grass, you tend to... You'll find a grass pretty early. Because they've got that new one. One of the new ones is Smoliv. Which is that little olive guy. Which I think you're going to find him pretty early. You generally don't find a fire very early, but fire's not very effective against a lot of stuff early game.
Right.
So they always say fire is always like the hard playthrough for an easy game.
Maybe. I mean, there's two sides to that. Yes, but like you said, you can usually find a grass type or a lot of bug types learn grass type moves. And so if you start with a fire, you can really build it up utilizing mainly the grass that you catch. And then by the time your fire becomes useful, it's OP against all the late end stuff. So really you could say going fire type at the beginning is the easy playthrough.
It's hard at the beginning, but you roll through the back end. Because in the original Red and Blue, picking Charmander was actually considered the hardest way to pick because you're neutral effective against Brock, the rock type. And then the second gym is a water gym. So unless you're able to catch stuff that's strong against both of them, your starter is useless in the first two gyms.
Right, yep.
So you have to strategize to find a way to beat. Well, you have to catch a Caterpie, evolve it into a Butterfree, and then to roll through the first half of the game until Charmander evolves into a Charizard, and then you just wipe the rest of the game clean.
And back in the original games, you didn't have experience share, so you had to start your Charmander out and then immediately pull him out to actually put something in that's effective. That way your Charizard or your Charmander gets experience.
Yep.
And your Caterpie gets experience. It was a pain in the butt to level up Pokemon in that game.
I wish that
got the EXP share, which was way towards the end.
I don't have a problem with EXP share, experience share. I just wish they'd give you the ability to turn it off. That's all I want.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've been seeing a lot of, I haven't been watching them, but I know there's probably a lot of like spoilers and like leaks of what these are going to evolve into. I don't want to know, but in December we're going to be like, oh my gosh, Quaxley's third evolution is freaking awesome.
It's possible.
Like what?
Possible.
Go.
I could see him being like an admiral type, like giant bad A looking, like I don't know, like almost like a pirate duck. You know, I could see him wearing the jacket and having the big pirate hat, maybe a giant sword or something. I could see that being awesome. Out of all three of these, it has the most potential. Like, we have giant fire dinosaurs already. Like, what do you do? How cool can you make a grass cat? But a duck that looks like it's, joining a Navy ship or something has a lot of potential.
I'm just, because in Sword and Shield, Sobble looks stupid. I hate Sobble. It was a cute, little cute thing. But its final evolution was awesome. That sniper.
Yeah.
He became a sniper. I didn't like the original, the first evolution of the three Sword and Shield starters. Wasn't a fan of the three of them. but their third evolutions were awesome.
Yeah,
Never,
all three of them were good.
I never remember metal evolutions as starters. They're so,
Yeah.
they're just so generic and like boring. Always. So Corridon and Miradon are the two legendaries.
Okay. What are we thinking? Are we thinking these are like dragons, dragon types? Like that one looks like an electric type. Maybe it's an electric dragon.
Are you looking at them right now?
I'm looking at them right now.
Okay, so am I. You can't see them, but we can.
And the other one looks like maybe a fire dragon.
Well, the one has a Beyblade on its chest, and the other one's got jet boosters as feet.
And so I can't figure out if this one over here, if the red one is maybe it's flying type.
I don't.
Like, it looks like it might have feathers on it, so could it be a flying dragon? And the other one definitely is electric. I see the lightning bolts.
It's either Dragon Electric. Have they even had? Has that been a thing ever? Have we ever had a Dragon Electric?
Surely.
Has that ever been a thing?
You know, maybe not.
That doesn't sound like it's a thing.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
I'm gonna look it up because
do it. But this other one, the red one's got me confused. I'm not figuring it out. Because we've had plenty of dragon flyings. Like a dragon flying type would be lame because we have that all the time. I don't know.
Zekrom? I don't remember where he came from.
Isn't he an ice dragon from Black and White?
It says Zekrom is also electric.
Oh, you confuse.
He is the only dragon electric Pokemon thus far in generates electric for its current shape. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Okay. But
it's been dead.
I don't know. I know that me and you generally tend to get opposite games.
Yeah.
I figured, the legendaries will come out, and then I'll pick which one I want, because I'm still kind of on the fence. I'm still on the fence. I don't know. I was going to let you choose. It's all on you.
If I got my choice, I would probably pick the violet one.
Violet? Okay.
The electric dragon.
Fair enough. He's probably going to be Dragon Steel, not going to lie.
You think?
Because they love doing Steel type as the legendary.
They just did that last game, though.
Yeah, they did. They were both, I think, what were they both? One was Fairy and one was Dragon, right?
Fighting. One was Fighting Steel and the other one was like Fairy Steel.
That's right, yeah. They were both Steel types.
I believe they were both Steel types, and one was Fighting and one was Fairy.
This one may... I don't want it to be obvious to think, that's a fire dragon.
But it doesn't really have flames.
You're not wrong.
It's got webbed feet, so maybe it's a water dragon?
That's boring. Because then it's weak against... Then it takes weakness to... 100% weakness to the other type.
Right.
You can't make them... You can't make one... Well, I guess in Sword and Shield... Because Fairy is strong against Steel type. No, it's Fairy's... No. Steel
negates Fairy, right?
One of the two.
Fighting dominates Steel. So the Fighting type is strong against the Fairy type.
Yeah.
And they did that in X and Y. One was a Dark type and one was a Fairy type. And that's Fairy is strong against Dark.
Well, I guess Ruby and Sapphire, it was fire and water.
Water and ground, right?
Oh, that's right. He was ground type, wasn't he?
So either way, yeah, it's still weak against water.
Yeah.
So they like to do that. It's lame.
The Violet... I've heard so many people, like, talking down on the Violet legendary. I think he's the coolest of the two.
Yeah.
Like, I think he looks cool, but I'm intrigued by the other one.
Right.
Because he has more mystery.
That is a fact.
Everybody's like, oh, I can't believe they gave him rocket boosters for feet. Like, I want rocket boosters for feet.
I didn't even notice that. Interesting.
Who doesn't want rocket boosters for feet?
Lame people. That's who.
I want to be a dragon type with rocket boosters for feet. That is what I want to be when I grow up.
Yeah. Yep.
So, you heard it here. He's Violet, I'm Scarlet. We're going to do this. So,
frankly, Scarlet, I don't give a Violet. That's
whoa.
a win pun.
Whoa.
Sticking on video game, there is a video game that's coming out sooner than that one. There's a video game that is rumored to come out this month.
Are you about to talk about...
Ninja Turtles.
Literally, I was pulling it up to get the release date.
Oh, okay.
We are on the same page here.
It's coming, brother. It's coming. I'm so excited. Like,
rumor.
It is a rumor. It is still a rumor.
I'm trying to get the exact date.
I want to say it was the 13th or the 16th. It was something like
June
those.
16th, 2022. Yeah. We're doing this on the 3rd.
It's a weird, less than 2 weeks away.
I need to ask you a serious question, sir.
Okay.
Because I've been torn asunder.
Oh no.
On what to buy this on. It's coming out on everything.
Isn't it cross-platform though, or will it not be?
I don't.
It should be.
I don't know.
Better be. It better be.
I don't know, but this is a game like I'm more than likely gonna buy it on my Switch, even though I want to get it on my PC. I might buy it on both. I don't know. I'm an animal.
I probably will get it on the Switch. That's
okay.
That's the thing that I can play most often. You know, I can just pick it up and you know, when I'm watching those shows with my wife.
That answers that question. I'll buy it on the Switch because we're gonna we may record us playing it together.
Yeah.
Because this game has me so excited. I can play as April.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple other characters. Didn't they announce a couple more playables?
You can play as Master Splinter, the Four Turtles, and April. And it's I don't remember if they announced
April,
Casey Jones.
I'm calling Splinter. If you're April, I'm Splinter.
We got to do a full playthrough as the two of them. No turtles. Called the no turtle allowed playthrough.
Yeah, I love it. NTA baby. We'll call it. That'll be the name of the series. NTA.
NTA. Yeah. NSFW. NTA.
No. It'll be definitely SFW. We don't want to lose our clean rating.
Boo. But
good boys.
Yeah. But rumor has it that or they may have already announced it. I missed it because I haven't been paying attention to the game at all. But Casey Jones might get added as well, which I don't understand why he wouldn't.
Yeah, add him.
Like, why would you add the two that you added and not him?
Yeah.
Like,
he's not as popular. I mean, April and Splinter are literally in like every comic, every episode, every movie.
They do throw shade on Casey by just not adding him to certain stuff.
Yeah. It makes him, like, he might be like DLC. Like, he might be one of those people that are like, if you really want him, you're going to have to pay $1 for him.
Don't do that, because I'll do it. So, I hope that release date is true. It's not, rumor, again, has it. This game's shrouded in rumor. That it's not, I know it's not going to be a full 60. I think it's only like $20 or $30. I think it's going to be closer to the $30 range. When it comes out, I think it's going to be a $30 title, which that gets me excited. So,
yeah.
Us poor people can't actually afford to buy it. So,
yeah.
Let's breaking news. Keep you on your toes here.
So I just thoroughly love going across the pond and talking about the Brits,
He's a
the
pond
royal
skipper.
family. There's just something so intriguing about them.
You remember those bugs, the pond skippers?
And in honor of our past movies, this also has something to do with Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks just recently revealed that he learned the Queen's drink of choice when they were rubbing elbows sometime in the past.
Rubbing elbows with the Queen.
Yeah. And you want to know what her drink of choice is? Like, he thought she was drinking water, but it wasn't water. She fancies a good old-fashioned martini.
I wouldn't have guessed it. Oh. Well.
Yeah.
Seems like you may be telling a bit of truth.
And it's something we're learning. This is her 70th year, I believe. What are they calling it? Her silver jubilee or something? Platinum jubilee. She's 96 years old.
Get it, girl.
This is her 70th year on the throne. It's crazy. She's old. She's old.
No, she's good.
I don't know how long lizard people live. Maybe forever.
Hey, she'll always live here. Yeah, my source is saying yes, she is a purveyor of the old martini.
A
Her
classic
Tom Hanks.
A classic for a classic.
Heck yeah.
That's kind of what you would think. That I wouldn't expect a queen to drink anything else, really.
I mean,
and especially a British queen, because you remember there's another famous Brit that enjoys a martini shaken, not stirred.
Which one would that be?
James Bond.
Oh yeah.
007.
He's only recently become British, though.
What? I mean, I guess he was originally Scottish, or he was British, played by a Scottish actor.
Yeah, did you not know that Daniel Craig was the first British Bond?
The first actual British Bond.
Yeah,
that's great.
I believe so, because it was Pierce Brosnan. He's not British,
right?
And then before him was Sean Connery, and then before him was that other guy, and I don't think he was British either. I don't know my Bonds, but I do know that Daniel Craig they touted him as like the first actually British-born actor to play James Bond. So,
good deal.
Hey,
what do you got?
We watched Obi-Wan Kenobi this week.
We sure did. So, do you remember when we were talking about the new droid, and you're like, I don't like the fact like it's causing anxiety about the new droid, and I'm like,
I rescind that statement.
We might end up seeing this droid die, and that's why we don't see it in the future.
I rescind that statement now.
It looks like my prediction is correct because, spoiler alert, this droid lives on Alderaan, which, as we know, gets blown the F up.
I made a very strong dad joke in the middle of episode 2 that they did.
Yeah.
I looked over at my wife and was like, man, doesn't this planet look great when it's not, drifting in space as shards of space rock?
So yeah. So that droid
Lola. Yeah, I like it. That's awesome.
It would be a perfect toy. Like,
yeah.
I want to buy that for my kids. I want them to each have their own Lola.
I want to go on record to saying that I am loving this series. That last episode hit really hard. The third episode.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Everybody knows. If you're listening to this, spoilers. I'm not gonna hold. Him coming back as Darth Vader. They bring in Vader into this, and those scenes with Vader, which some of it didn't make sense. I don't know if it was Vader holding back Because he dragging
as he's breaking people's necks and
Well-
choking them out and dragging people through the
No.
street with the force.
he drags
Like,
he
that's
drags
holding people back.
no listen get,
Okay, all right.
he drags Obi-Wan through that fire, right?
Okay, yeah.
Then the fire goes out, and then the girl shoots that thing, and the fire ignites back. What's stopping Vader from reaching out with the Force, grabbing Obi-Wan, and bringing him back through the fire? Why does he just stand there and let the girl and the loading droid take him away? He already reached that far and pulled Obi-Wan to him. Why is he not doing it there?
Maybe the Force can't go through that much fire. It was more fire. It was more fire.
I think he's either they're still good in him at this point still, or the writers of the show are just not wanting Obi-Wan to die here because he can't die. Spoiler. But I'm just like, it doesn't make sense why he doesn't just drag him back through the fire.
Right.
He's Darth Vader. Why does this fire stopping him?
Yeah.
Other than that, love this show.
Yeah. My new question.
Yep.
Are we going to see something at the end of this series that has him? Because this series takes place 10 years after Episode 3.
Correct.
Which takes place 8 to 12 years before Episode 4, I believe. What happens to Obi-Wan that makes him age 40 years in 10 years? That's what I want to know.
How old
are we going to see something?
See, but that's I've been asking that same question. How old is Luke in Episode 4?
He's got to be 18 to 22. Like, he's got to be young. So this Episode 4 has to be 8 to 12 years after this series. But old Ben Kenobi that Luke runs into is like 30 years older than...
So everything I'm seeing here is that Luke is between the age of 18 and 20 years old at the start of Episode 4.
Yeah, so when he finds
another
old Ben
8
Kenobi,
years.
That's 8 years. So
yeah, that don't make that.
What happened? I want to see. Like, are they going to Is he gonna Is the Emperor gonna use his Force to suck out the life force? Like, do we see Ewan McGregor get the life force sucked out of him at the end of this show? Like, is that what we're gonna see, or are they just gonna let it play out and then never explain how he becomes 30 years older in 8 years?
This article says Obi-Wan Kenobi ages terribly between Episodes 3 and 4. It says Obi-Wan Kenobi looks around 35 years of age in Episode 3, but of course he gets to be about 80 years old in Episode 4.
How old is Ewan McGregor now, and how old was the actor who played Obi-Wan Kenobi?
The guy, I thought he was in it. I thought old Ben was 60, 65, maybe. Yeah. But he's on Tatooine, and
the son, or the sons, the two sons just makes you age.
So just aging, so he could be in his... I'm saying 60, somewhere in his 60s. So I'm thinking 30 years? Had to have, but it didn't. This is going to show that...
Alec Guinness. Alec Guinness was born in 1914.
This says here that Obi-Wan was 58 years old when he died.
That dude is 58 years old? Okay, so maybe I'm just being a jerk.
Well, it just says right here that jump ahead roughly 20 years to A New Hope, and he was 58 years old. So Obi-Wan Kenobi died at the age of 58. That's what this here says.
Okay. If you say so, I'll trust you.
I'm getting different... I'm getting different...
How old is Ewan McGregor? That's what I want to know. How old is Ewan McGregor?
I'd say 42.
42. Let's see. He is 51.
I'm off by 10.
Wow. He looks great for 51.
He does.
Holy cow.
He does.
And the actor Alec Guinness was 63 when he played Old Ben Kenobi in episode 4.
So that's close to how old.
They're close. That is really close.
So another 8 years?
8 years will put Ewan at 59, and Old Ben was 63, so that's really close, man.
Okay. And I guess the Tatooine son really... And he might get into a... And this is... So we're 3 episodes in. I don't know how many episodes we're going to get. The Marvel shows have been 6. The Star Wars have been 8. So we'll probably... I think Mandalorian ran 8 episodes each. Both their seasons. I think. Roughly.
I don't recall.
We might run into a situation where he gets into a large confrontation with one of the members of the dark side, and he just got dragged through fire.
Right.
So that's going to mess him up.
Right.
We haven't seen what he looks like because it went off. The episode ended with him, being dragged away from the fire. So.
Right.
My wife's sending me stupid stuff.
Your meme wars.
She's just sending me links to stuff. Yeah, I think something's gonna happen to him. What do you think about the lady that's been chasing him?
The third sister?
Third sister, yeah.
I don't know. Is she former Jedi, or do we know anything about her?
Well, if you paid enough attention in episode 2...
I don't usually do.
The Grand Inquisitor before his death, spoiler,
was there a little girl?
When he confronts Third Sister in that spaceport, that she's been just gallivanting around and disobeying orders, he makes the comment about, we found you in the gutter. You were on it. You were at rock bottom. We found you in the gutter. Your power is the only reason you raised your station, and your power will be the only thing that gets you moving forward. But if you keep doing what you're doing, we will strike you down.
Right.
Now, all the other Inquisitors, all the brothers and sisters, were former Jedi.
Yeah.
The Grand Inquisitor was a former Jedi. She, I don't think, was.
So you think they found, like, she wasn't what do they call them, a youngling, a Padawan,
she would
be, or whatever.
This is only
like this was post them leaving the council or whatever.
Because you got to think this is 10 years after Order 66 happens. So I don't know how old she is, but it's not like she could have been like. I guess if she was 10, she would have been still a youngling. I don't know. They haven't really dived into her history, her story. I don't know if they will. I don't know if she's a big enough character. I don't know how long they're going to let her stick around.
Right.
I think she dies at the end of the series.
Is that your prediction? We'll say right now, third sister dies.
I don't think. I don't. This is a one. I think this is a one and done series anyway. They don't make a second season of this. I don't think. I don't think there's
it would be tough.
There's not enough material there. They'd really have to drag these 8 or 9 years between the movies to make multiple seasons.
Right.
I think it's best if they just make one season, 8 episodes, get everything done. I do like how they have included Princess Leia and kind of are telling her story.
Yeah.
I don't. I would like to see them like kind of do like the next episode would kind of finish up this story arc kind of thing. Leia gets, you know, returned back to Alderaan. Obi-Wan gets patched up. He goes back to Tatooine, and then episode 5, he's back on Tatooine 4 or 5 years later. So then you might see Leia again as a
teenager.
So that we actually
we see Luke? Do we see Luke anymore? Or
I think so.
think we will?
I think he does. They may not. They may just focus more on Leia. When I don't know. I don't agree. I don't argue with that.
Right.
Because there really hasn't been.
Right. She would have the interesting life anyway. Luke wouldn't. Luke
what? Yeah. What's he? shooting rodents with his speeder, like mining water. I mean, woo! Let's get on that. So, again, very happy.
Yep, it's good.
Yeah.
All right, so are you ready?
Retro movie review.
We also watched a movie.
Did we?
We did.
What did we watch? I forgot to watch.
Good morning, Vietnam.
And I don't have any ears left.
Are we gonna be able to edit that?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it in.
I tried to pull back from the mic.
I realized I'd never seen this movie.
I had never seen it either.
I don't know how I didn't see this movie.
It was super interesting. It had lots of funny parts, but it seemed like it was really. It was. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It was really trying to show kind of the dark side. It wasn't dark really, but it just
the ugly side of the Vietnam conflict.
Maybe. I mean, but it really wasn't super ugly because it was mainly in Saigon, where it was, it was kind of where we were trying to protect, the Vietnamese people from other Vietnamese people. It was weird, but you got to see some military politicization. How we would purposely prevent certain news articles from getting out so that people wouldn't think we're losing, or they wouldn't even think it was a war. Yeah. And then our soldiers would stay positive because they're not hearing all the negativity. Like they don't know how bad it is. It was really weird. It was interesting. A lot of the acting was bad. Robin Williams was good. It had a lot of big actors in there. A lot of people that I've seen before.
I love Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, he was great.
So young.
Yeah.
So young. This movie just made me realize, and it's gonna show me un-American a little bit, how much I don't know about the Vietnam War.
Right.
How much I really need to research what the heck was going on in Vietnam. I've always, about Vietnam. People talk about it, but what were we fighting for? Who were we fighting? Why were we there? I realized real quick, I know nothing about the Vietnam War. Like I know World War I, I know World War II. I don't know Vietnam. Does that make me a bad person? No, not really, because
they didn't even know. Even then, they didn't know why we were in Vietnam.
Oh, was that really? Were we really that?
It was just nobody knows. It was just why. That's still the question today. Why were we there?
Okay.
It's just why.
But back to the movie. I liked it. I think it showed the character development was awesome. I loved it. Just to watch how his character grows throughout the movie. And how you realize how actually good of a person he is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you don't expect when he gets off the plane, and Private Garlic cracked me up. Met up with him. You're like, oh, this guy's a diva. This guy's,
Yeah.
he's gonna be, a celebrity. He's gonna, but no, he shows how much of a human he was there at the end, or halfway through. And I guess I'd never seen this movie, so I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I liked it. It was different. It wasn't really what I was expecting. It was funnier than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be a little more on the serious side.
But it's Robin Williams. It was early Robin Williams.
That's true. And he was able to let loose, do his impersonations.
Yeah.
It was. They did a great job, like just showcasing his talent. They did a good job.
I want to know how much he was given ad lib. How much of that was not written?
Right.
How much they just said, "Stand here, action, go." This is the premise. This is, here's a character. Make us laugh, and he just riffed for like 20 minutes on the radio.
Yeah.
Like his character actually did, because it's almost like he sits down, and then all of a sudden he does his "Good Morning Vietnam," and he just what looked like no prep whatsoever. Like he didn't have notes in front of him. He was just from here into the mic, something I can't do.
Yeah.
And just for 4 hours, just went nonstop, making all of his superiors upset. Man,
Yeah.
I like this guy. I'd do the same thing. So, Metacritic. We had
Out of 100.
15 critics out of 100.
This one's tough. I think I'm gonna give it. I think the critics would have given it a giggity.
And you'd be close. They gave it a giggity -2.
Ah,
A 67. So, only 33 users
Uh,
out
I
of
think
10.
I think they're gonna be pretty close. A little bit. I'm gonna say 7.4 is what I would guess.
You were close. 7.8.
Oh,
You
okay.
were kind of on top of it tonight. I think I hated that one guy that tried to replace him on the radio, the superior officer.
The one with the complex is like, I wish you would salute me.
I hated his character. And I feel like if I saw him in
Yeah.
another movie, I'd hate that character too.
Yeah.
Like that guy was just annoying. What's the name? What was the name of the actor that was the guy from Walker Texas Ranger? The big boss.
Not the big boss, but the one right below him the one that got moved.
No, the one that kept telling him, no, he stays on the radio.
Oh, he was in Walker Texas Ranger? I don't know.
I think he was. I thought so.
Maybe.
That's where I thought I remembered him from.
And you might be right. You probably are right. I just don't recall. I don't recall. Did you see Smart Guy's dad was in there? At the end?
Which
He was
one?
one of the... You ever seen Smart Guy?
I guess I never have seen Smart Guy.
It was like I don't know, it was a Disney show back in the day with Tina Tamara's little brother. But his dad was in there. I was like, hey. My wife's like, hey, that's Smart Guy's dad. You're right, it is.
Yes, and he was the guy I'm thinking of. Yeah, he actually died in 2004.
Oh wow,
his name was Noble Willingham.
Noble Willingham. That sounds like an important man.
Yeah, I think he played the character C.D. Parker in Walker Texas Ranger.
Okay.
Oh, he was like a fairly big character in that show. We watched that growing up all the time, so that's the only reason. So, all right. Metacritic, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Critics 11 positive, 4 mixed, 0 negative. Users 20 positive, 5 mixed, no negative.
Oops.
Chicago Sun Times. God, Sun Times or Chicago. Just stop it. Good Morning Vietnam works as straight comedy and as a Vietnam era mash. I see what you did there. Mash in all caps.
Right. Like
And even the
TV show.
Even the movie's love story has its own bittersweet integrity. The New Yorker gave it a 40. By the way, that first one gave it 100.
Ooh.
The New Yorker gave it a 40. The way the storyline has been directed is a clumsier version of the plots of 50s musicals. Just stop reviewing movies.
What does that even mean? Does anybody even know?
I don't. That's why I wanted to read it to confuse you.
You succeeded, sir. Good job. Good.
I want to say we've had this Common Sense reviewer before. The name is... So, I don't know if I'm gonna butcher it right here. Asheen Nomai?
I don't know.
Does that sound familiar?
I don't recognize that one, but maybe. We've had a bunch, so it's
Well,
very possible.
all right. Well, this person, I don't know what they are. Sorry about that. I'm not going to try to assume. I'm probably going to accidentally say one of them, but let's move on. They are saying age 15 plus 4 stars. Robin Williams at his... God, stop using these. I'm not even going to try to word it. Something finest.
At his finest.
Scatological finest?
Good night. I have no idea.
Parents, 4 reviews. Age 14 plus 4 stars. Kids say, out of 10 reviews. Age 15 plus 4 stars.
Everybody thinking 4 stars? That's the consensus.
So, let's get to positive messages.
Oh, this is I would think it should get 4, I would think.
No. They only said 2.
2, wow.
I don't agree. I agree with you. He's saying questions the premise of the Vietnam War, as well as the freedom of information.
Yeah. Well, and not to mention, like, he wanted to save his friend who was the enemy.
Yeah.
You know? Like, okay. Whatever.
Positive role models.
And I thought he was really good. I would give him... I'd probably give him a 4. A 3 or a 4.
Prepare for disappointment, sir.
Doesn't surprise me. What did they say?
1. But a lot of text. Said mixed messages. The main character breaks the rules, routinely disobeys orders, is irreverent to his superiors. He is usually praised or forgiven for his behavior. He routinely makes jokes at other people's expense, and for this gains popularity and the respect of his peers. However, he possesses a great deal of respect for the Vietnamese and their culture, and treats the locals he encounters with admiration and a caring attitude.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that too. Yeah, he really embraced it. He would stick up, like even when that first boy, when they were in the bar.
Yeah, he headbutted a dude in the face and then headbutted another guy in the chest because he didn't realize the guy was super mega tall. That was hilarious.
that Jimmy Wan was so funny.
Oh,
hey, Earl, welcome back. Oh, he cracked me up.
You're talking about the owner of the bar, right?
Yeah.
That guy was hilarious the whole movie. But I'm just saying, like when he was in that brawl fight, he headbutted that one guy right in the nose. And then the other guy stepped up and he went to go headbutt him and hit hit the dude right in the chest, and he went,
Yeah.
oh, oops.
And then got punched in the face. Yeah. That was pretty funny.
Okay. Well, speaking of violence.
Ooh, there was some violence.
A lot more than I thought there would be.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I would have given it, even though I know what they gave it.
What would you give it?
I'd have given it a 4.
I was thinking a 4. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if they gave it a 3, but
it wasn't
I would
much,
give it a 4.
but the explosion at the bar was pretty graphic.
Yeah.
Even though it was just bodies laying on the floor, it was a lot of bloody. It was pretty violent. They gave it a 3.
Like, that's not
I'm not
unreasonable.
gonna. This is the only one I really agree with so far.
Yeah, it's not unreasonable.
There is a bar brawl and a bomb blows up at a bar. The latter of which shows the dead and wounded. There is also a sequence of shots during the song "What a Wonderful." Forgot about the executions in that alley. It shows like three young guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That depicted wartime violence, e.g., burning villages, explosions, people being executed. Yeah, I forgot about that. That definitely yeah. The next one was confusing. I forgot to actually mention a part that confused me about this movie. That was like, wait, what? That's in the movie?
Oh, that scene with the 3 boys?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, that was so weird. That was unnecessary. So weird. Did not get that at all.
I don't even see how you get away with that in the late 80s.
Didn't make sense. That was
Like,
yeah,
wow.
There was very young child nudity.
Very young.
And it was very weird. It was just unnecessary. It was completely out of place. It was just didn't understand it.
Leading into that,
My wife was freaking out. She was like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, no, I was confused. So the next category is sex.
I hope they didn't put that in there as some. Like, I would give it a 1 strictly for the bar scene, where you saw the women, like the soldiers, kind of rubbing the legs of the women. Like that to me was the only thing, other than Robin Williams like cat calling, which whatever. I would give it a 1.
They give it a 2.
2. Okay.
Said several jokes based on sex. Soldiers socialize with what appeared to be Vietnam prostitutes at a bar. That's it. They don't even mention the other scene, which I don't see if you could put it in the sex, because it really wasn't a sexual scene. But still, it was so weird to even, like, how'd that even make it into the movie? I understand that it kind of depicts kind of how life is over there, but, like, do you really need to show that in a movie? All right, language.
Hey, language. I would probably give it a 4. There were lots of F words, and there were some other words.
A lot more language than I thought it would be. They gave it a 3.
3, interesting. Okay.
It just says frequent swearing in both comedic and serious moments. He used a lot of F-bombs there at the end when he was chasing the kid.
Yeah. There were some GDs in there, and
I'm confused now. Consumerism.
oh gosh. I don't remember any. I would say not present.
Puff the Magic Dragon.
That's true. Magic Dragon was in there.
Not present, not clickable. So I guess not.
I mean, Puff Magic Dragon was a thing.
She mentioned it. Made me want to go watch it and buy some toys. Alright. Drinking, drugs, and smoking.
lots of marijuana references. I don't know if I ever saw it.
Yeah.
There was some smoking and there was some drinking. But not a lot. I would say 3, maybe.
I agree with their score on this one. They gave it a 2.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
They just say some drinking and smoking. The main character gets drunk once. They just showed once. I think he got drunk more than that, but parents need to know that compared to the sexual and violent content of some of today's PG-13 films, this one is tame. But its theme of relative mortality are definitely adult in nature. The violence, infrequent but sudden, serves specific purposes. A bar brawl is spurred by some GI's racist behavior. An explosion at the same bar, which kills 2 people, sets up storyline that ultimately questions the premise of the Vietnam War, as well as a freedom of information allowed at the time. Foul language occurs mostly in the form of jokes. Still foul language.
Right.
Doesn't matter how you use it. Here you go. Adult. She gave it age 16 plus 3 stars. I just don't understand. How are the excuses to have real little boys full frontal nude in this movie and pan to them not once but twice? The director couldn't get adults to portray this scene. Why little boys being naked for the movie? Pretty sure if people found images pertaining to that exact scene on their computer, they'd be arrested. It's completely unnecessary scene. I wonder if those are actual. I wonder if they filmed some of this movie over there. I wonder if some of those scenes were actual Vietnam. Because where are you gonna get? I don't want that to sound bad. Where are you gonna get that many Vietnamese actors to set up those town scenes? Like, was this actually filmed in Saigon?
Right.
And a lot of those scenes actually, real, like the poverty stuff, and was that actually, filmed, what was actually going on over there at that time?
Right.
And those were actually 3 boys just playing in the street just like that. But it still doesn't justify it being in the movie.
Right. And who knows, art is whatever. Like, it wasn't sexualized. It wasn't like
it wasn't
like close-ups or anything like that. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't. But it
could have just been
in editing. It makes me question in editing who was like, oh yeah, just go ahead, leave that in. No, we like that.
It had just been for shock.
Hey, you know what? Return back to it. Let's cut to something else and then come back.
Right, that's true. That's a good point.
So, other than that, great movie.
Yeah.
I loved it. Robin Williams is awesome. What do we want to watch next? Let's just move on along.
Oh man, I have not even thought about what we would watch next. It's an excellent thought. What would we watch next? Trying to think. What didn't we talked about a few movies, didn't we? What did we talk about last time?
We did.
What, I can't remember what we talked about last time, but I do remember we talked about multiple movies. And that was when we settled on because neither of us had seen it.
Let me come back to here and see. Man, have we done... I just keep seeing movies on Prime that I keep popping into. There's a couple of them here. Have we done Con Air yet?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen Con Air.
What? Shut up.
That's what we're watching.
Yes, what we're watching. It's on Prime.
Wait. Is Con Air the one with Harrison Ford?
No, that's the one with Nicolas Cage and the beautiful hair.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it. So yeah, let's do it.
John Cusack, actually.
Okay.
Because I saw Young Frankenstein on here too.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
We'll have to remember that one.
Good luck. But yes, I agree.
I keep just finding more and more movies here on Prime. God, I can't believe you've never seen the best Nicolas Cage movie of all time.
Whoa, sir! The best Nicolas Cage. Have you ever seen Ghost Rider?
I wish I didn't.
What was that one where there were aliens involved? What was that one back in the day? It wasn't The Happening, but it was something like The Happening.
One of his?
Yeah, like it came out between 2008 and 2010. I want to watch it again because it was so weird. I just spoiled it by saying.
I'm looking at a lot of his movies. I don't remember. He's made so many movies. You're not talking about the Left Behind movie, are you?
No, he was in a Left Behind movie?
I showed a Left Behind movie. I don't know.
Oh, snap. No, not that.
Sorcerer's Apprentice? That was actually a really good one.
No, not that. You're going to make me go into my old DuckDuckGo. Look it up. Yeah.
You're not talking about Ghost Rider, are you?
No. Keep going. Look at IMDb and look at...
I'm not on IMDb. I'm on other things.
2008, 2009. Let's see.
Raising Arizona?
Nope.
I'm really just messing with you at this point.
Is it Knowing? It might be Knowing. Let me see. It might be Knowing.
Knowing?
It was, I think that's what it was. If we ever get a chance to watch that, maybe just for funs. It's way too new to do in a retro movie review.
Did I see that one on my list of stuff I was looking through? He's got one that he made in 2021 called Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Oh.
And Willy's Wonderland he made also in 2001.
Have you, Willy's Wonderland is great. He doesn't speak throughout the entire movie.
Oh,
he does not utter one word.
He has no lines?
No lines. He's just like the silent. It's basically like Five Nights at Freddy's, but real life. It's good. It's good. I would definitely suggest you watch it if you can find it for free. Great.
Shows it's on Hulu, which I refuse to use. I don't like their subscription model. It's got another one that came out on Netflix called Jiu-Jitsu on Netflix. What? He's made like 18 movies in the last 2 years. What the hell? It's got one called Pig, Jiu-Jitsu, Willy's Wonderland, Prisoners of Ghostland. It's like...
I started Pig. I fell asleep in the middle of it. I've heard it's like really emotional. Like grown men cry watching this movie.
Really? It looks like he's homeless in the movie.
But it's basically like, from what I understand, it's like John Wick, but if John Wick dog was a pig. Like something, either they kidnap his pig or they kill the pig, and then he just goes on a rampage.
Is he homeless?
I don't think so. He's a truffle hunter, so they make money,
Okay.
good money. So what did we determine we're watching? Con Air. Con Air.
Con Air. The best Nicolas Cage movie ever made.
Best Nicholas. I'll be the judge of that, sir. As I've probably seen more Nicolas Cage movies than you have.
I doubt that. Have you seen Sorcerer's Apprentice?
No.
Have you seen Con Air?
No.
Have you seen The Croods?
Yeah, the animated.
Have you
Hey,
seen
man.
Ghost Rider 2?
I have.
You got me on that one.
Have you seen Knowing?
I haven't. Have you seen
Willy's Wonderland?
Have you seen Matchstick Men?
No.
Okay. Windwalkers?
No.
Lord of War?
No.
His best one, other than Con Air. It's got Jared Leto in it. Plays his brother.
Interesting.
Don't watch it around kids. The Weatherman. Really good. The Wicker Man. That one's good. Was it Next?
What?
The one you were talking about.
No, I was talking about Knowing.
Knowing. In 09?
Yeah.
What's it? What? MIT professor links a mysterious list of numbers from a time capsule to past and future disasters to set out to prevent an ultimate catastrophe. Does that sound right?
Sounds about right, yeah.
So is that M. Night Shyamalan movie?
It might be. It has a weird twist at the end. So.
No, it's not M. Night Shyamalan. It doesn't say it's M. Night Shyamalan. I thought it was, though. I thought that was an M. Night movie. But it doesn't show him in any of the credits for it.
Hmm. No.
Oh, I know which one Next is. Next is a really good one. If you want to watch another good one.
Haven't seen Next.
He can see like he can see like several seconds into the future.
Oh. Okay.
Unless he's near, like when he gets with this certain woman, when she's near him, he can see like further into the future. But he doesn't realize that she's the one that triggers his enhanced powers.
Very interesting.
Until he realizes that when they separate, because they get mad at each other, they separate ways, and all of a sudden he starts only being able to see a few seconds into the future again. Because he's been using his powers for years as a magician to make money off of it. But he has to prevent a natural disaster because he sleeps with her once.
What year does that come out?
That one came out in, I'm looking at it right now, 07. But I think when he's with her, he sees this nuclear blast go off in the city. And he has to then try to prevent it. It's a really good... I forgot all about that movie. I'm going to have to try to watch that one. It's on HBO Max, so I can't watch it. Hate my life. All right. The longer we go, the longer this torture happens for the editor. This guy.
So we got it. Con Air.
Con Air.
Watching it.
So, briefly, I started re-listening to an old album
Okay.
that I finally had to decide to buy on MP3 through Amazon so I can start listening to it again. I can't find my physical album, so I wasn't able to actually, I had to buy it again. was listening to Coheed Cambria's
Ooh.
Good Apollo.
Yeah.
I'm burning Star 4.
Oh, it's so good. That is a great one.
I've been listening to that album nonstop for like the last 3 days. Like, so good.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Like, crazy how good that album is. And then their next the album that followed that, which is No World for Tomorrow, which was like that lackluster a little bit. So it's like, how'd you so good.
And I saw that. I think Coheed and Cambria is coming to Oklahoma sometime this year.
They're touring again. They've got a new album out.
I can't remember if they're coming to Tulsa or if they're coming to Oklahoma City, but I remember hearing that. I'm like, ooh, I'd be curious.
To see that.
It would be a. It probably won't happen, but I would like to go.
I would love to see them live. Problem is, I don't know any of their new music because I don't listen to anything beyond Good Apollo.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know that I know any song from outside of that album either. Yeah, but yeah, definitely good suggestion.
Let's see here, they are in not Tulsa anytime soon.
No, Oklahoma City though.
No, I didn't see anything in Oklahoma.
What? What?
Irving, Texas.
No, I don't think so.
2 shows at Irving.
No.
Houston, Texas. Tampa, Florida. Miami, Florida.
Huh.
They're going to be in Texas and Atlanta, the Nashville. I always get frustrated when bands go to like Florida. No, I mean go to Texas, and then they're like, "Where are we going to go after Texas? That's really close. That has a really, could sell a lot of tickets. Oh, let's go to Kansas." They have to drive through Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And they end up going to Kansas, and they're like, "Hey, should we stop in Oklahoma?" And they're like, "Nah, nobody in there likes us." It's like,
yeah.
And this tour list may not be completely accurate, so hey,
Yeah. Maybe somewhere there's a secret showing,
could be.
like the Canes or something.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to bed.
Good night, sir.
You have a good night. You folks have a good night. Listeners have a good night. You couldn't see me pointing at you. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me not be a complete failure and forget to, get our end screen here going. Because, hey.
We got.
Have a good night.
Bye, guys.